Well,
Here we are.
here we are. Hello everybody. I'm Allard Westenbrink
I'm Colleen Geske.
and this is season 4 of Stuff Dutch People Like.
And we're very excited. Do you know where we are?
We are in Efteling.
We are.
And Efteling is probably, I think, the most famous European theme park. Not amusement park, but theme park.
Theme park,
But
exactly.
there is a difference.
There is. And behind us is the iconic entrance, right?
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about the entrance because it's a thatched roof, which is like very European, very cool. And there's 5 points. And that's for each of the 5 senses. The whole thing about storytelling at Efteling is that you see, you hear, you touch, you
Feel, you smell, and you have
eat.
your
You
bag
eat.
of crisps
Exactly.
into the into
you
the
eat
ride.
your puppetures while you're
Yeah.
on the ride. Yeah.
Tell me about your love for Efteling, because there's a big difference between Efteling and, you know, like a Disneyland.
True. Like, okay, I'm not a Disney expert, and people are gonna, like, some people are
I
diehard
am.
Disney. You
I
are
am.
the Disney
You
expert.
know that.
So I have only been to Disney of the 80s Disney, but this is just, I feel like every single detail in the Efteling is like bringing you into this like magical story. Like, look at these lampposts. There's like a crown on top of them. They're like wands.
But you have that in Disneyland as well.
Yeah, but this is different. Like it's sort of, it doesn't feel commercial to me.
But it is.
It is. It is commercial, but it doesn't feel commercial. It doesn't feel crowded. It doesn't feel like you're squished into lines. Like there's so much attention to the detail here that I get very excited.
Look, Colleen, the new attraction.
Is that it?
That's the new Danse Macabre, the new ghost mansion.
And that's what you're most excited about, right?
Of course.
Yes. Because you were a diehard fan of
No,
the
because you know
Haunted
I've
House.
been here 25 times. I've seen Little Red Riding Hood. I want to see the new thing, of course.
I want to see all the things.
Is this gonna be like a one
promo?
big promo for Efteling for 40 minutes, Colleen?
No, we're gonna just take you on. I can't hide my enthusiasm.
We also have to talk
and you
about the
actually are a huge
downsides.
Efteling fan as well. So you're like playing it cool now, but you actually love this place too.
What I love is that they maintain attractions and nature.
Yes.
Next year you have to come here in December, January, because then it's in a cloud of cozy fake snow.
Oh, really?
And everything is in the style more so of Anton Pieck. And who is Anton Pieck, Colleen?
Okay, so Anton Pieck is a famous Dutch, correct me if I'm wrong, he's an
Illustrator,
artist.
an artist, yeah.
And what I read was they asked him to like create the designs of the magical forest.
The fairy tale forest,
Fairy
yes.
tale- And he made 1,500 sketches. So he like went to town, like just designing everything down to the detail to bring you into this like wonderland feeling.
And you have to imagine that, like for the Dutch, you know, a lot of people grew up with his drawings. It was
Yes.
like every kid, I can't say every kid, but for my generation, everybody was like, when you saw the drawings of Anton Pieck, you know, that was instantly that Efteling feel. There is a special
Yeah.
feel here, and you really see it like in Fairy Tale Forest, but also, you know, they still maintain his artistry, you know, like other people are designing now, because
Right.
Anton Pieck
Yeah.
is long gone.
Long gone, yeah.
But they still, you know, like it is all in the same
his style,
atmosphere. And that
yeah.
really makes this park so special. Okay, Colleen, we are looking now at the statue of the, how do you call this?
He's like the mascot. He's
the
like
mascot
the
of
figurehead
Efteling, and it's
of- yeah.
called Pardoes.
Pardoes.
You know, in Disneyland you have the statue of Walt Disney holding Mickey Mouse. We
Right.
have our own Mickey Mouse
Yeah,
here,
this is the Dutch Mickey Mouse.
and it's called Pardoes.
And so what is Pardoes? Is that a name or a word?
It is a word, but in this case it's a name, and it's translated like suddenly or unexpectedly surprised.
So it's like whimsically. yeah.
It's a whimsical
And
word.
he is a jester.
I did not grow up with Pardoes.
Oh, so he's
this was
new.
not my. It's not
Okay.
new because
Yeah.
he's been here for quite a couple of years. But
Yeah.
when I was a kid here, you know, this was not a thing.
See, my kids are all about him because I think he shows up in like all of the rides and he's like little details of him throughout the whole park.
We are standing now also in front of the Efteling castle.
So it's very hard to pick like what my favorite ride is because I'm like an enthusiast of all things Efteling. But I do think Symbolica is...
That's the name of this place?
This is the name of the castle, the ride in the castle. And I would say that's in my top 3. And they invested a ton of money, like 35 million, just for this one ride. And you're like in a free form kind of a wheeling car, but it's not on a railing.
That was a Disney invention.
Really?
In Disneyland Tokyo, they have their own haunted mansion, and that is this technical ride. You know that you can.
Oh, so it's based on that. Actually, many people say that Disney, like Walt Disney himself, he came and visited the Efteling in the 40s, and he was inspired by the Efteling to make Disneyland.
In the 40s or in the early 50s?
Oh, Allard, now you're about the details.
Yes, of course, because if he would come here in the 40s, there was only a playground here.
Right, early 50s, okay.
He saw Fairy Tale Forest.
Still, Disneyland was based on Efteling.
Yeah.
It really was.
Okay, we are standing in line now for the Symbolica ride. And the line is pretty okay.
It's okay, but
it's not that big, but...
They use all these like psychological tricks for the lines at Efteling. Actually, other theme parks around the world have copied them. Because what happens is, when you first come, like in Symbolica, you come into where you think, like you, at the front of the line,
yes.
You think that the line, you can only see this part of the line, so you think it's much shorter than it is. But they have like all these overflow lines. So actually what happens is, for each ride, you end up being in sort of like 4 different scenarios. Because we have like this line, then you have the overflow, and then when we go inside, you're like in the attraction, but you're actually still in the line. So they make you feel like you're in the attraction already, but it's a line.
Yeah, and you are making me feel depressed now.
No, I'm just saying.
This is taking me all out of the whimsical part.
It's not out of the whimsical, but I'm telling you, it's very clever. You don't feel like the lines are as long as they actually are. Because if you felt like they were that long, you wouldn't want to come here every time.
Transito, culto, fabulu. Trage treden, open nu!
So that was Symbolica for you again.
Loved it. Always love it. I'm gonna always love it.
How many times have you been there?
I don't know. I normally try to go twice, like beginning and the end. I love it. I want my house to smell like Symbolica.
My mouth was watering, and I was like, I'm gonna have pancakes, and we're gonna have them for lunch here.
Do they have gluten-free pancakes?
They have. But first we go to Fairy Tale Forest.
Okay.
This is my favorite part of Efteling because it really brings me back to my childhood.
I know some of the fairy tales because, like North Americans, we know Little Red Riding Hood. We know like the Matchstick Girl, which traumatized me.
You know
as a
the
child.
safe, cozy versions.
Yes.
But we have the harsh truth.
I know the scary ones.
The scary ones.
The terrifying ones.
Our Hansel and Gretel is not amusing. It's really scary. My favorite fairy tale here is here as well.
What is that?
It's the donkey that shits gold.
I never heard of that one.
No, I thought you didn't, but it's shits gold.
Really?
You put a penny in it and it comes straight out of the anus. Okay, Colleen, here we are at Ezeltje Strekje.
And Strekje is like stretch. Donkey stretch.
Donkey stretch.
That's
and
really
you have
weird.
to put in like a 50-cent coin. This is such a smart way to make money, right?
Okay. And you can now do it with your phone.
Yeah,
so
that's also so fairy tale cozy that you can also pay. You have to stand ready now, girl.
Okay.
He's gonna poo.
And the coin's coming out of his bum.
It's not doing anything. Oh, there he goes. Girl, catch it!
Oh,
you got it!
I did! And it's a gold coin.
It's a gold coin.
And it says
with the donkey on it.
The donkey.
I had a whole collection of these when I was a kid.
But what is the fairy tale? Like, why is he pooping gold?
Do you really want me to tell the whole fairy tale
Just in
here?
the brief version.
Isn't a donkey pooing gold a fairy tale enough for you?
Okay, that's enough. Okay, so you are now sitting on the Fairy Tale Forest musical mushrooms.
Yes.
And they are famous.
They're very famous because this is really, again, the music of the Efteling I grew up with.
It's like the theme song.
For me, this is the theme song of Efteling, but
Yeah.
I think everybody has a different opinion
Well,
because
this one gets stuck in your head.
not only this one, girl.
No, it's true. The other one
Efteling
is
has
the...
a lot of different tunes. No, don't go there.
My kids have that like around in their head all the time.
Oh, still if they're not in the Efteling?
Yes, because they think of it and they want to go to the Efteling.
Okay, what attraction is this?
That is like the It's a Small World After All one.
It's the Carnival Festival.
Exactly,
and,
Carnival Festival.
they stole that from It's a Small World.
I thought Disney stole it from them.
No, girl, because It's a Small World was from the early 60s and Carnival Festival is mid-80s.
Oh, see, I'm like in my own fairy tale because I just like to think that all of this was here for
you
centuries.
Think, yeah, this
is my truth, so I'm going to stay with that.
And
yes?
I go with you, girl.
In
This
my
park
truth.
was
Thank
here
you.
already from the 1500s.
Exactly.
We go further. There's a lot of noise here, Colleen, but we are at the fairy tale of the 6 servants.
Okay.
You probably don't know this one.
No, that's
This is the
not-
one with long neck. You see a long neck
Yeah.
here. It's a guy with a long neck. But the most fun thing is it's also the tale
this guy.
of Hollebolle Gijs.
Yes, love him.
And can you tell us who is Hollebolle Gijs?
All I know about Hollebolle Gijs is that he's a garbage can.
It's a
And my
talking
kids
garbage
love
can.
it because he's shouting like papier here, he's
Paper
saying like
here.
paper here, and it's like a garbage can. It like sucks your garbage
And
into it.
yes, and when you throw the stuff in, and then he says thank you.
Thank you. And he actually eats 4,000 liters of garbage per day.
That
so
sounds
kids,
like
kids
me.
are like busy. No, but kids are like busy cleaning up the park.
That is so smart, you know.
Yes,
It's
because
like
they want to put stuff in
me
here.
as a kid. We're gonna do it now.
go
Me
do
as a
it.
kid, I was always busy with this guy. This is the sound of Hollebolle Gijs,
Here we go.
everybody.
Dankjewel.
Dankjewel. Heerlijk.
And this is also for me when I'm here again. I really remember like standing here as a small kid.
And you
And
have
I
a
have
guy
the
like
photos. And I was like mesmerized. Yeah, he was there, yeah. No, look.
Oh.
We hardly see squirrels here.
No,
I
it's
know
true.
you tremble over them in Canada,
Trip
but
over them,
you triple
yeah.
over them. But for us, this is a big thing. This made my whole week. I saw 2 squirrels.
2 squirrels, 2 acorns.
Right now, we are standing next to a couple of employees of Efteling, and
And we asked them a really difficult question because I asked you yesterday, what is the word Efteling?
and
What
I
does
said
that
it's
mean?
the name of a gnome. I said.
And I was like, no. I Googled it and it has some sort of explanation, but I couldn't get to the bottom of it. It's not a gnome. It's not
and
like
now
a
they
thing.
are here, like talking to each
you
other for
find it?
15 minutes already.
Yeah, we did a little bit of research.
Yes.
So there was where now the Efteling is. There used to be a farm, which was called the Efteling, which is like the first, which verbasterd.
Yeah, they changed the name.
And
Yeah.
that's the name that changed to Efteling.
Oh, so
God.
from the first, it was a farm called the first.
First, it was a farm. Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
It
Okay.
sounds really whimsical,
So it's like a
Efteling.
made-up word, actually.
yeah. It's a made-up word. Yeah.
I like my version better,
That
though.
it's a gnome
It's a gnome. It's the name of one of the elves
that lives
here.
in one
yeah.
of the thatched little buildings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what
Well,
was
thank
your
you.
name?
Sjoerd.
Thank you.
Sjoerd. That is a real Dutch name.
Hard one. That's a hard one.
Can you pronounce Sjoerd?
Yeah.
Say it.
Sjoerd.
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 Like shoe with an RT behind
Artie.
it.
Sjoerd.
Sjoerd.
Sjoerd. Sjoerd. Okay, I have to say something about his name that's totally inappropriate. If he's not listening, that name reminds me of the word shart. Do you know
What is shard? What is shard?
when you fart and a little bit of poo comes out? A shart. So I can't take it. You would love this. You're all about poo. I can't take that name seriously.
Now, I've been to Canada this summer.
That's right.
For 6
My
whole
homeland.
weeks. But I wanted to go to a theme park in Canada, but you guys don't have it.
We don't really have theme parks. We have like amusement parks. We have like water slide parks.
Yeah, but they were all indoor.
Yeah, so a lot of the amusement parks are indoor because you have like winter for I don't know how many months.
You have 10 months of snow, yeah.
I went to like West Edmonton Mall in Canada. It's like a huge mall. It has like a big indoor like roller coasters and rides, the drop of doom where you like fall. So that's super fun.
Okay, but what you don't have, and that's what we have here in Efteling, that we also have our roller coasters, but it's all with themes on it. So
like
it's
stories.
all stories,
Yes.
dragons, knights, everything. That's the difference. Okay, this is Baron. The attraction Baron 1898.
And it's the #1 attraction, the most popular. So it's like a deep dive coaster with like upside down.
I always thought that Dreamflight was the #1 attraction.
No, people come for the roller coasters, man.
That is true. I'm more of the fairy tales, but most people come here for the roller coasters.
For sure. And this one is terrifying.
For you.
I sat with 2 of my friends that are both doctors on either side of me, and I was like, who is going to resuscitate me, my limp body, at the end of the ride? You're going to fight over it because I'm going to have a heart attack?
But you did survive.
I survived it, but it was really scary.
Our final attraction is a big
I
one.
know.
Danse Macabre, the new ghost castle.
Ghost house.
The new ghost house.
And people were waiting 5 hours.
Last
in
week
this
for
line.
fucking 5 hours.
5 hours. We're waiting
and we
about
only
an
waiting
hour.
here for an hour.
Just
That is so
a small
short.
hour. A small
hour.
So this replaced the ghost house. And the ghost house was made in 1978, if I remember correctly.
Kate Bush opened it. She was singing and dancing on front of all
And
the
you
graves.
love it.
I love it. I miss it.
I
But
know.
I'm curious about this new attraction though.
Were you one of the people that came to say goodbye to it?
I was one of the people who said goodbye to the old ghost castle, but I also have the memory that when I was a small kid, I was really, so scared of it. And
It's scary.
negotiating with my mother in the entrance, like, you don't have to go in there, but I want to see it. And
My
it
daughter, I
was
had to
grabbing.
drag her in with her eyes closed.
Yeah.
Because she wanted
So-
to go in, but she didn't. So a lot of people actually think that the Efteling is haunted. Not the ghost house. That would be like too cliche if the
Yeah.
ghost house was haunted. So one of the food vendors is like one of the little huts called the Old Tavern. It has been around for like 40 years. And for 40 years, people who work there claim it's haunted by a man named Henrik. And Henrik used to live around the Efteling, and they hear footsteps, they hear shadows, doors are closing and opening, shelves are rattling.
And you believe this is true?
Yes, because it's for 50 years or something. Everyone's been saying it.
Yeah, but the Efteling does already exist for
30 years. You're all about the details. I'm about the story, okay? I am spinning a beautiful story here for you, and you're like, 30 years?
But why would he be hunting a theme park?
I don't. Oh, speaking of haunted theme parks, I have a small trauma as a kid. There's noises coming from here. I'm already scared.
Tell me.
What is happening?
Tell
in
me,
this
what's your
bush
story?
beside me? We talked about Canada doesn't really have theme parks. We have like amusement parks, and I was going to an amusement park in Edmonton, biggest mall in North America, and I went to the tailor with my mom. You know, the people that are like cutting your clothes or whatever, or sewing your pants. And he said to me, "Oh, you're going to the West Edmonton Mall. The spirits of dead children hang out there, and they want to call you over to the dark side." So
That's what a tailor said to you? Why?
I know, I don't know. And he told me about this, about the West Edmonton Mall. I was probably like 10, and he was like, "Oh, you'll hear them. They're going to try."
While he was sewing your pants?
Yeah, I don't know where my mom was, but later I told her and she was like, that's terrifying. So as a little girl, every time I was in like a roller coaster place, amusement park, I always thought that there was like spirits of dead kids around me trying to
You
lure
had
me.
such a beautiful childhood,
Right?
Colleen. No, you open it.
The other thing about Efteling is people say that they feel a presence in the Villa Volta.
But Villa Volta is another ghostly attraction.
Yeah, but people say they feel like warm and cold spots in it where they're not supposed to. This would be terrifying at night. I would already be crying a little bit.
Okay, we are going inside the Danse Macabre now.
We are, yes.
I'm very curious. This is a really expensive attraction as well. It's
35
million
million
euros.
Yeah, euros.
So
euros.
we are very curious, and we will, guys, we'll let you know what we think of it when we get out.
I'm excited.
I love this attraction.
It was great. It was worth it.
I loved it.
It's worth the wait. It was like, it wasn't too scary, but it was just scary enough. It was like
The
disorienting.
build-up was good.
Yeah, the build-up was
The
great.
music was amazing.
Exactly. You're already nervous because you're in the dark. You don't know what's going to
And
happen.
what I love most, that it was in the same style and feel of the old attraction. That
It
it's
was.
not like
Yeah.
this is all new, but they put a lot of hints back in what it used to
And
be.
the music is incredible, and the smell, again.
It smelled like an old church,
Like an
and
old,
that's never a
scary
good thing.
church. Yeah.
Never a good thing.
No.
All right, Colleen, this was Efteling
That's it.
for
We did
this
it.
year.
High five, friends.
Yeah, and we did not even talk half
No.
about what this
There's
park
way
has
too
to.
much to do here. We could come every year. All right.
Bye-bye for now. Bye.